Hello, welcome to Math Blast 23. The picture below is the whole. What fraction of the whole is shaded? Well, it's a little hard to see, but there's a line right here, and there's a line right here. There's this line right here that's dividing up that shape. I kind of extended them so they're a little easier to see here. So when I'm writing a fraction, what I look for is I have a whole, and I need to see how many equal size pieces it's divided into. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is my denominator. So it's divided into 6 equal pieces. And then how many am I counting or are shaded in? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what fraction is shaded? 5, 6. Compare the fractions using greater than, less than, or equal to. Justify using the fraction models. So I look at my fraction models. I have 1/5, so I need to separate this into fifths and shade in 1. And now I need to thirds and shade in 1. And now you can see that the 1/5 is less than 1/3. 2/4 and 3/4. So I'm going to separate this into fourths and shade in 2. Separate this into fourths. Now I'm going to shade in 3. You can see that 2/4 is less than 3/4. Find the area of the figure. So we have this composite figure here. What's made of 8 rows of 4 and 8 rows of 4. This one would be 32. That's this rectangle right here. This one here is 7 rows of 2 and 7 rows of 2 is 14. Now it says labeled measurements are in square inches, so these are square inches. So I have 32 square inches plus 14 square inches. And I know my units are going to stay square inches. Okay, so 2 and 4 is 6 ones. 3 tenths and 1 10 is 4 tenths. So 46 square inches for this entire figure here. Find the perimeter of the shape. Well, I have this rectangle here, so I know if this is 9, this side has to be 9 because the opposite sides. If this side is 4, this side over here must be 4. And now perimeter is that distance around the edge of the figure. So 4 plus 9 plus 4 plus 9. 4 plus 9 plus 4 plus 9. I know 4 plus 9 is 13, plus this 4 plus 9, which is 13. So that equals 26 units. The perimeter of this rectangle is 16 units. What are the lengths of the unlabeled sides? Well, again, so if this is a rectangle, this is 6, then this side must be 6. Okay. Well, the perimeter is the distance around the boundary of the shape there. So if it's 16 units and I've used 12 of those units, that means I have 4 units remaining to share on these two sides. So let's think of this. I got to share with that side and that side. So this side and this side here. Well, they have to be equal because it's a rectangle. So 2 and 2 make 4. So 2 and 2. Check all that apply to the given shape. So I have this shape right here, and I'm going to check all that apply. So first, to be a quadrilateral, that means you have to be a polygon, which means the sides have to be straight, so it can't have any curves, can't have any gaps. So basically, if we put our pencil in it, we can't, if we keep our pencil against the paper, we can't get out of the figure without crossing a line. And to be a quadrilateral, it has to have 4 sides then. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is a quadrilateral. Now to be a parallelogram, you have to be a quadrilateral, so fit all of those rules, plus opposite sides have to be parallel. In other words, if I extended the sides out, they would not touch. So I'm going to kind of turn the figure here to look at it. So if you look, this side here and this side here, they are parallel. Turn the figure right here. This side here, this side here, they are parallel. So it is a parallelogram. Now to be a rectangle, you have to follow the rules for a quadrilateral and a parallelogram and also have 4 right angles. In other words, kind of the angle on the corner of our piece of paper here. So it'd have to have an angle that looks like this. It looks like an L. So I look here, let's turn it. Well, if you see, right there would be my L, and it's a little smaller than that. So they are not right angles, so it cannot be a rectangle. So now let's look at a rhombus. To be a rhombus, the sides it has to be a quadrilateral, a parallelogram, and also have 4 equal sides. Well, if we look at these sides, we can kind of see they appear equal. So we will say it is a rhombus. Now to be a square, it has to be a quadrilateral, it has to be a parallelogram, it has to be a rectangle, and it has to be a rhombus. Well, it is not a rectangle, so it cannot be a square. The reason that this figure is not a square is because of those angles. It does not have right angles, therefore it cannot be a square. Thank you, and this has been Math Blast 23.